Okay, I guess I was lying when I said that that was my final denture video, but I've learned a few things and I want to share them with you guys. So here's some more. Okay, the first part has to do with they didn't really seem to want to help me much anymore. So I learned, and I'm not recommending you do this, I'm just telling you what I did because I was kind of left on my own. And I still need to do a little bit. This is an acrylic nail file. You screw this up and your dentures are toast. But I've still got a spot right about here that's giving me issues. So I use the 150 to take it down. And you never want to just rough polish something or sand something. And I'll show you, I'm almost done here. Because this is the part that's really been getting to me. Everything else, I took off a huge section of acrylic, because this is dental acrylic. The fancy nails are acrylic. But there was this big chunk sticking up and stabbing me in the gum, and I took it down with this. But all I've got left over here is on this side, so I take the 150, which is the coarse. These are on Amazon for like $6-7. And as long as you're really careful, you should be able to help yourself. But if you're not skilled, then get somebody to do it, pay somebody to do it. And then I take 1,000 to polish to make sure that I'm not going to leave it rough, because you really don't want rough edges in there, because it can lead to trapping bacteria. It can be harsh on your gums. You don't want to leave. So I've done quite a bit of shaping. I know it's gross, but if you have to deal with dentures, you have to deal with this kind of stuff. Remember, you can take stuff off, but you can't put it back on, so go really slow if you do it. I don't recommend you do it. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I have to say that to protect myself and my account. The next bit of wisdom that I've gained since making that last video was about putting on the denture adhesive. Nobody tells you how interesting it is to get off your gums. I'll go over that while I'm drying them, because you have to make sure your dentures are dry before you apply it. Warm water, warm salt water, when you finally take them out. And I've been using like mouthwash that has a slight alcohol base to it. And the brush isn't just for brushing your teeth or your dentures. You can use it to get the gummy stuff off of your gums. The other part that a lady told me, well, I'll wait until we get to that part. First, you gotta make sure your dentures are dry. So I recommend you use Polygrip over Fixodent, because Fixodent has zinc in it, and you can make yourself sick by consuming too much zinc. And the fact is, whatever things that aren't exactly healthy, you're just going to be consuming some. There's no getting around it. Too much, too little. I have a really weird palate because cleft palate and hair lip run in my family, so it's kind of high up. I was putting glue on this before, adhesive, but I don't want to do that now because it creates too much space. You don't want to put too much glue on the palate part of it, where it will push your dentures down and make them not hold as well. So what I'll do is just generally kind of dot. Not sure how well you can see this. I'll try to get some better lighting before I put them in. But too much and you're eating the stuff, too little, and then when you chew on one side or the other, it ends up coming up. So I'm hoping you can see. I don't have a whole lot in there. And the same goes for here. I just kind of make little dots, because you don't want to put too much in or you will be eating it. But if you don't get enough, like I said, you chew. And of course with dentures, you have to chew on both sides. The idea of chewing on one side or the other, forget about it. I will literally take a piece of food and cut it in half so that I'm getting food under both, because even with the adhesive, sometimes when you're chewing, it'll pop the other side because it's like a fulcrum point. Now here's the part that I haven't found anywhere. It was a lady in the dentist's office that actually taught me this, which is to dry my gums. Alright, that's my backup. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Hey, I got it. I fixed this side. There was no pain that time. Get those in. It's a little tougher to dry the uppers. And I definitely dry the top of my palate. And people without these problems, this may be gross and I apologize, but there are people that are new to dentures, like I was, that kind of need this information, so forgive me. Ooh. And then I'll just kind of hold my teeth together, because it's weird. You want them dry, but it seems to set up with moisture. So initially you want it dry, but it won't really hold until some of your saliva comes in from the edges. So I'll just clench my teeth. And after a while, it takes hold. And give yourself time. Obviously my voice changed almost instantly because I'm still learning to speak with these in, and when they're not fully set up yet, they kind of move around a bit. So I'm getting better. I've been able to grow my goatee back. It's got a long ways to go. But that was the other thing. If you haven't got dentures yet, make sure you shave your face clean every time before you go in. Because even if you plan to be bearded the whole rest of your life, you want them to fit, shape them, make them look their best to your natural bare face. And I know I'm finally done because I'm doing my own modifications on them. Now I can grow my hair back, and I don't have to worry about when they're doing the molding stuff. If you've got a bunch of hair, that purple stuff will get all in there and can be, yeah, it's no fun. But I'm hoping that that's the last little bit of wisdom that I have to share from what I've learned in this denture journey. And I really hope that the information that I provided helps. I can tell you, since I've had these rotting teeth out of my mouth, I feel better every freaking day. And aloe water has been critical in healing, and so has cayenne pepper. My blood flow, I've gotten to the point now where every morning I'll put some lemon juice and a quarter teaspoon of sea salt, Celtic salt if you can, with some water, and I swish it around in my mouth and drink it. And yes, it's a warm time, but it encourages blood flow, which encourages healing. If you're suffering, don't be afraid to go for dentures. It's a hell of a ride, but I feel so much better. I can actually chew now. Doing good. So I hope that helps. Peace.